where were you in your head when
I am not here today.
You were like,
I didn't realize like it was starting right now.
yeah, it is.
I'm ready.
The episode's
I'm
happening.
here. I'm present-ish.
It's great to see you.
It's so good to see you.
I'm so glad you're here now.
Ish. We said present-ish. You know when you're just kind of like half present?
Which present is it? Is it like your toe present or your head present or some fingertips?
It's definitely not my head. So this is going to be really fun.
Just your toes.
Yeah, probably just my toes.
Well, then we should just turn this into an OnlyFans sweet feed video.
I have been saying this. There has to be a market for my bunions. There has to be.
Listen, there is. Oh my God, can I talk about something? Wait, I don't know when this episode is going to come out. So for the record, this is pre-recorded. But everyone put their minds back and pretend that it was still April.
Yeah.
And White Lotus, and we were talking. The last episode of White Lotus. She comes out and she her boyfriend wants to watch her fuck another dude.
Yes.
And I'm on Reddit, because I fucking love Reddit. And people are like, think this is the craziest thing. And I'm like, that's like the most vanilla kink I've ever heard.
Right.
People are like, oh my God, he's gonna watch her have sex. Like, what is your definition of kinky? Like, that's pretty vanilla in our book.
I haven't had a lot of exposure.
I'm like, yeah, of course you want. A lot of people want to watch their partner get fucked. That's not that weird.
It's not vanilla.
Your bunion?
My bunion kink.
I actually agree with that.
Right?
A bunion kink would not be seen. If I was to spectrum them out, I would not think a bunion kink is super vanilla.
So if you're in the market for a bunion, let me know. Because it's the only thing present. It's the
in your
only
body right
thing
now.
Present in my body right now.
Many people just turn this podcast off. Okay, intro question. What's something that you feel is illegal, but it isn't? And the example they gave is having to leave a workout class early, which is very funny.
Yeah, that does feel illegal.
Or
be
coming late.
Yeah.
Yes. Anything to do with a workout, for some reason, that feels very scary.
Right. You're like, oh, or leave in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? Like sometimes if you have to pee, like I'll run out.
Oh, yeah. I'm peeing the entire time.
Yeah. You, like in your pants?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's a lot of jumping cardio days, usually I'm having some type of leakage. But also I pee 50 times a day anyway because I'm so pregnant.
Right.
So what's is that your answer? Pissing during a workout class?
No. Honestly, I didn't even think about this before. Hold on. Oh, I got one. Do you remember growing up when you would turn the light on in the car when it was dark out?
And your parents told you it was illegal.
Parents
lost their shit.
It was illegal.
I'm going to tell you something. I say that's my daughter now. I actually have no idea if it's illegal. Is it illegal?
No.
Are we sure?
Why would that be illegal? Why on earth would that be illegal?
Someone fact check that.
I don't think we need to, but sure. Go for it.
I still tell Millie it's illegal.
Listen, and
it is distracting when you're driving and a kid.
So that's what it's distracting, but it's not illegal.
Wow, it literally says that. Oh no, Google has fact checked it. There is no law in any state. Any state? So there's no law in any state, but it is distracted driving. That was a really good answer, Jen.
Thank you so much. It just came to my brain is present now.
Welcome, brain Jen.
Wow.
Mine was going to say eating a turkey sandwich as a pregnant person.
Oh, yeah.
Feels illegal. People are like kind of looking at you. Or like, do you know that's turkey? And you're like, yeah. And I don't give a fuck.
Illegal in a fun way. Turkey.
She's crazy.
She's out of control of this pregnancy. Turkey.
Turkey sandwiches. But yours was better. I think that. I also do feel like one time I was, I do this workout all the time. And it's like a group fitness class, right? So like most of the people that go to 8:30 every day, like we all know each other because we go every single day, right? And one day this girl comes and she leaves after the warm up. She just walks out. She never comes back. And I have thought about this girl every day since, and I just respect the shit out of her that she really knew herself.
She was like, I'm done here.
Yeah, she did that warm up, and she's like, this is not for me.
I'm obsessed with that.
She never came back. I've never respected anyone more in my life, and I have often thought about her.
Wow, I wonder how she's doing.
If you walked out of an 8:30 burn boot camp in Nexton, Pennsylvania,
I hope she's okay.
And you never came back.
Like, we respect, like something was wrong.
But she never came back.
Right.
Oh, would she die the next day?
I don't know. I'm just saying we're like, yeah, like empowerment. We really don't know what happened to her.
Okay, today's episode. We're going to talk about relationship growing pains.
Yes. So many.
Yeah. So relationships change a lot throughout life and throughout time. and they change a lot when we set boundaries. And as everyone knows, a therapist's favorite B word is boundaries, and little bitch, depending on how we're acting a certain day. So,
A little bitch.
How's the episode going so far?
I think it's a winner. I think it's a winner. And little
Top
bitch.
5. Top 5. Okay, so, but because relationships change a lot, and they change a lot throughout time. And there's a reason actually that we have research that your chance of divorce significantly declines if you get married after 26 compared to before 26, just because of how much growth can happen throughout your 20s, and the impact that can have on a relationship and the growing pains around it.
And no one discusses this enough, that like you're meant to change and evolve in your relationship. We talk a lot about individuals evolving and changing and growing, but we don't talk about what that means and the impact of that in your relationship. And because relationships like to maintain homeostasis, if one person is growing and evolving, it can be difficult if the other person isn't changing or isn't growing. And so the goal is to manage those changes together in the relationship, right? And so like the more you can manage that and grow through it, the more your relationship is going to be able to evolve.
Yeah. And I think about a lot about like as a plant that's growing, right? Sometimes a plant has to be repotted. Doesn't mean we have to get rid of the plant, doesn't have to be cut off, but sometimes we have to give it a different place to evolve and grow. You're looking at me like that. Jen's like, this bitch has never kept a plant alive once in her life.
No, I was thinking about myself, but it's like interesting that you thought I was thinking about you.
Look how good my plants are doing
That's
in the
what I'm
office right now.
saying. But me, like all of mine, and like repotting, never something I would have
No,
considered.
but yours were doing well for a while, and then you gave up.
R.I.P.
You literally, I think you just decided one day you were done with this.
Yeah, I don't need something. This is why I'm not having kids.
You can't even take care of her fucking
I'm just
plant.
like, I don't need another responsibility.
I've been trying to get Jen to get a second dog for like years now, and she's
No.
like, no way.
Like, why would I need one more responsibility?
I'm like, give me more. I can't wait. I'm like, let me have more things to take care of.
And then what happens? Just saying.
And you have to take care of me.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe that's why you can't have any more, because you're too busy taking care of me.
Because I'm taking care of you and you're taking care of all your responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's systemic.
Wow, that's our full system.
Wow.
I'm better now.
Yeah, totally. As you're pregnant, about to give birth. She's 7 months pregnant.
It's so funny though. Like when we talked about like, do I do another round of IVF? What do we do? Whatever. Like the conversation I wasn't having was with my husband. The conversation I was having was with Jen.
Yes.
Like, can we handle
together
me having another baby?
Relationship.
Not my marriage.
You're just like, we're doing this.
Well, no, because my husband's like, let's have 5,000
Yes.
more. But like the conversation I had was you. Like, can our relationship handle it? Can our business handle it?
And
like,
the answer was yes.
yes, we did figure out a way, hopefully.
And we will.
We will. But no, there was no
But we'll
conversation
grow.
with my actual husband.
That's actually hilarious. But as we're talking about,
grow.
you grow and you evolve together, right?
Yeah.
So like if we were to stay in this one place of you have one child, you're not having any more children, right? There's no growing, there's no evolving. And you have to grow and evolve as your partner grows and evolves.
Wow.
And
So
that's
even
what
though
we're
Jen isn't choosing to have kids, she's still, my having another child affects Jen.
Yes.
She has to grow and evolve, even though this is my decision.
Yes. And that's a partnership.
I wish I had a mic to drop. Oh, wait, there's literally a mic in front of me. But I can't drop it. It's on a pole.
It's on a bowl and like wouldn't be good for sound. We need to carry like a fake mic, like one of those blow up mics.
Yeah, what a normal thing
those?
to do, because for one out of every 5 gajillion conversations I have, I would need that. So you know what I should do is have a fake mic at all fucking times.
Also, a blow up mic wouldn't drop well.
It would not drop well.
It would like float down.
If you think about like anti-consumption culture, like let me have a fake mic with me at all times. That's worth the money and the pollution to our earth.
You could use it too to sing. Anyway,
Okay, let's go to some fucking
sorry, I
listener questions.
apologize.
Okay, so somebody wrote in how to handle the people who only see the version of you before you change and set boundaries.
I think that to think about the people who only see the before version of you may have benefited from that version of you in some way. It's difficult for people to kind of see you in a different way because however you were in the past, whether that is you had a lack of boundaries, you were taking care of them, you were doing a lot of things for them. If they're holding on to that version of you, it may be because they benefited from that version of you in some way. And so what we know about boundaries is it takes setting them over and over and over again for people to really adjust and to change and evolve in your relationship with them. And so just because someone cannot see this new version of you right now, it doesn't mean they won't be able to see this new version of you. So what I would say is like, stick with it, don't give up. And
people get to have their reactions.
Right.
Like, I think that's the thing is like, we have this idea like, okay, so let's say I feel really good and I feel really proud. Then we get so upset if other people aren't in that same space. But like, that's okay. Like, people are entitled to react however the fuck they want to react. We get to make a decision of what we want to do with that reaction, right? But like, everyone takes time in their own way.
I think it's important to almost expect pushback.
Yeah.
When you are setting boundaries for the first time, you should expect that there is going to be pushback in your relationship.
Oh, wait, there's a really good listener question about this. Hold, please.
Hold.
Somebody said, when someone isn't understanding a boundary you've set and becomes upset, how to respond.
Yeah.
And the thing I always say is like, can you find some truth in the discomfort? Right?
Yeah.
Like, like, so for me, an example would be like, hey, like, let's say your daughter-in-law always asks you to watch her kids on Friday. Hey, but you have something else you want to go to, right? Hey, a few weeks, I know I typically watch the grandkids on Friday. I'm not going to be able to do it this Friday, right? She gets really upset because it fucks up her schedule. That's okay. People are allowed to have their reaction and to be upset when we change the dynamic. And it does not mean we need to shrink down or freak out. Hey, I know it's not an ideal situation. That's why I wanted to give you some heads up.
And other people having their reaction doesn't mean that you shouldn't have set a boundary or that you're doing anything wrong. And I think because our nervous system is so used to protecting us in some way, when we see like, oh, someone's having this reaction, our nervous system gets this signal like, oh, that's a threat. And I should go into this protective mode. And if the protective mode is I need to fawn and take care of the other person, it's easy for us to go back on our boundaries. So to be able to sit in the discomfort of other people are going to have a reaction to you. And it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't have set the boundary.
Yeah. we talked about this before, but I really like the idea of focusing on and not but, right? So something we want to say like, but I need this time, or but it's for me. Like, don't worry about that. Like, like I got to set this boundary and I'm sorry it makes it more difficult for you. And I know that this affects you, right?
Yeah.
Like that there was times where I have to be able to say to Jen, like, hey, I got to pick up my kid. My kid is sick, something, and I know it affects you. Let me check in with you afterwards since you have to hold down the fort, right? Like, and Jen's allowed to have any reaction or any way she feels around that. And if I was to say, like, but my kid's sick, like, that doesn't fucking matter, right? I don't need to defend myself because there's nothing wrong with me setting a boundary. And so I can be there. I can find some truth in your discomfort while also holding strong.
And I think when you're using right, like in this scenario, you're acknowledging that the boundary can affect other people.
Yes, and it does.
And it does. And that's okay, right? That's part of relationships, is that like what you do will affect other people when you're in a relationship. It's natural. And so the acknowledgement, right, to say like, and I understand that like this is uncomfortable, you're acknowledging the other person's experience.
If boundaries are about preserving our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others, they are not about hurting or cutting off, right? And so what I mean by that is like the point of saying to Jen, hey, I got to leave early and I got to pick up my kid and let me check in with you later because I know that you're going to now take over the rest of the day, right? I'm setting a boundary because if it didn't happen, let's say if I, tried to not talk to her about it and then I tried to like stay online while I'm doing this other thing, you know what I mean? Like you're not communicating in some way, right? Like I try to play creative, I try to fawn. The thing is, by me being honest and clear and transparent in setting this boundary, it is a way for me to be honest, clear, and transparent with Jen. And when I do that, I actually save our relationship. And I save my relationship with myself because I'm not at war with myself internally as well.
And it sets expectations.
Yes.
Right? For you to say, like, I'm going to be offline, then I can know I'll be online.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm okay with that. Then expectations are very clear.
Jen called me the other day. Nikki's been gone this week. So it's just been Jen and I. She calls the other day. She goes, can I go to the gym at 9:30? And I'm like, yeah. But she didn't have to ask me that. But what she was saying in that was, hey, can you log on at 9:30?
Yes.
I work because I go to an 8:30 workout. She was saying, hey, I want to make sure you log on when you get back. That is totally fine. She didn't need my fucking permission to do that. But by communicating, there was no assumption.
Yeah.
Right? And when you have all these assumptions and you don't ask, that's going to hurt relationships.
Right. Like if I was like, I'm going to the gym, bitch.
I'd probably be like, okay. I don't know. Actually, I don't think that would hurt our relationship.
You'd probably laugh.
I'd probably really enjoy that interaction, actually.
Right, I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Going to the gym, bitch.
Did you have to practice?
Yeah. How'd it go?
Great.
Feels like me.
Feels good.
I'm trying it on, and it feels like the right fit, you know?
A few months ago, we had somebody, who was it? Somebody was on the podcast, and they kept calling me Emma, not Emily.
And did you like it?
I didn't even really notice they were calling me Emma because I am so like, my name, Emily, Emma, Mom.
Emma Lee?
Emma Lee. Yeah, like I'm
like a hyphen?
so unaware of like when people say my name, I didn't notice it, but the amount of text I got afterwards
Oh, really?
of people being like, oh my God, she called you Emma the whole time. And I was like, I didn't even notice.
Did
Did you notice?
Yeah. Did it feel like Baby Spice? Like you were like taking on Baby Spice?
Let me be clear. If I felt like Baby Spice, it would be the best day of my life.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Emma Bunting.
That's what I'm saying is like,
We should watch Spice World after this.
Okay, wait, I saw something recently that was like, I can't believe we believed that this is what the inside of the Spice Girls van looked like.
Their
Do you
tour bus?
remember? It was like a huge...
I remember Emma Bunting. Everyone had their own station.
Yeah.
Emma Bunting's was a swing, and she would have a lollipop, and she'd swing on the swing, twirling her like fucking hair. Sporty Spice had like a little like sports area.
Yeah.
Ginger Spice was just like staring in the mirror.
Yeah.
I can remember exactly what each of their stations looked like.
Right, but like, why did we ever believe that like that bus carried? Now
Let's
that
be
we
clear.
understand,
How a bus works?
yeah, now that we understand spatial reasoning, you know what I mean?
Wait, why couldn't it work?
You got it. Listen, we'll watch it. You're gonna watch it.
In this day and age, you don't think they could fit a bus like that?
Let me tell you something. Just wait. I'll show you.
I have been on a double-decker plane before. If I believed that...
I'm going to show you the clip. I'm going to show you the clip, and then you tell me if it'll work.
Nikki, find that clip for afterwards. She's like, please leave me alone.
Yeah, please act like I'm not here. Please stop talking to me in your podcast.
Okay. How to reconcile that I've set a boundary and my family clearly prefers the version of me that's more boundaryless. I don't know if you have to reconcile that. I think that just is.
Yeah. And like sometimes the version of you that made other people the most comfortable is also the version of you that was the most disconnected from yourself. And
convenient for other people.
And so it's possible you have spent your life not setting boundaries with your family because it's been convenient for them and it has kept you safe in some way and it's kept you connected to them.
So here's an example.
Yeah.
So let's say Jen never sets a boundary with me with work. She just handles everything all the time. Look at her. She's like, right? Okay. And then one day she changes that. She says, actually, I'm going to log off at 3 o'clock every day and I have to take the whole afternoon. I'm going to have a reaction to that. Not because Jen is wrong in setting that, because it just fucked up my reality of how life worked.
I have to change my plans for next week.
Change your plans for next
I was just kidding.
I would love to see you log off at 3 o'clock every day, babe. I'd be so proud of you.
Going to the gym, bitch. 3 o'clock.
We both know you cannot get to the gym in the afternoon.
No chance. I'm sleeping. I am so tired.
There is no way you're getting there at 3 o'clock.
No way.
But, okay. So I'm allowed to feel totally fucking like shocked and freaked out and have a reaction to Jen setting this boundary. And it doesn't mean she's wrong for setting it. And it doesn't mean my reaction is this horrible fucking thing. It means that like that's just the way that the system then becomes altered.
Both things can be true.
Both things can be true, right? And so here's the issue is that if you set a boundary, even if it's a really good boundary, it threatens the family system in some way.
Yeah.
It threatens the family system because any type of growth can be danger when it's new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So your partner gets a new job. You have to relocate. It could end up being the best fucking thing that's ever happened. It does not mean it's not the scariest thing, right? So let's say your partner gets offered a ton more money. They're going to pay for your housing. You get a pink pony with it. I mean, this shit is like a great fucking deal. And then you're saying to people like, oh, I'm really freaked out about moving. And everyone's like, what? Why? You get a pink pony. This shit's amazing. That's minimizing to your experience.
Yeah.
Something can be great change and benefit a full system.
Yeah.
And it does not mean the system is going to handle the change well. It's still a disruption.
And oftentimes we confuse our, uncomfortable feelings with like, this is going to be bad, like sending a signal like this is going to be bad. And no, it's going to be an adjustment.
Yeah.
And so working through that internally to be able to say like, my system is telling me this is going to be bad, something bad's going to happen. And to tell yourself, no, this is just going to be an adjustment. Think about all the adjustments you've gotten through in your life, all of the things that came your way that were unexpected, all of the ways that you have had to adjust in your life. And you have done it over and over and over again, and you've gotten through it. So to be able to say to yourself, just because this is a change doesn't mean a bad thing is going to happen, and you will be able to get through the adjustment.
Somebody said, I'm resentful over things I let slide in the past, and sometimes I get mad at them about it. Get mad at who?
Yeah.
Yourself or the other people?
Yeah.
Right? Like, who are you really angry with? Like, could we have some misdirected anger?
Yeah.
Because you let these things slide.
Right.
Not the other person.
Right.
They fucking, nothing they changed.
Right. And resentment is often the cost of silence.
Jesus Christ, that was rude.
Say
that
out.
again?
Resentment is often the cost of silence.
That's what I pay for when I'm silent.
Yeah.
That's my paying. This is my money.
You are getting, you're building resentment. Okay.
I haven't heard that before. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good one-liner.
It is, right?
Yeah, that's a good one-liner. I like it. One-liner.
Yeah.
Harriet Lerner, one of our favorite writers, psychologist, says anger is a signal that something needs attention. It's okay to grieve the past version of yourself who didn't know how to advocate for your needs.
Wow.
That's from the Dance of Anger, Harriet Lerner.
And okay, so like allowing yourself to grieve, right? I think that like touching on that, like getting underneath the anger, right? When we're like, who are you angry with? Are you angry with yourself? Are you angry with the other person? Try to get underneath that anger. Like if you're angry with yourself, right? It's possible you have to look at, okay, maybe I have to let go of the person who like wasn't able to advocate for myself. And understand, if you really get down like to the bottom of it, to understand like you learned that at a certain time that you weren't allowed to advocate for yourself, that it wasn't safe to advocate for yourself, and that the only way to survive was to expect other people to understand your needs. And so in an adult relationship, it's your job to advocate, to first know your needs, to understand what your needs are, and to advocate for your needs and express them, communicate them. Your partner's not a mind reader, as much as we would love to believe that they can be. It's so important for you to be able to express what your needs are, so that the relationship can grow and change.
Yeah. Somebody said, what to do when realizing your partner maybe isn't who you want to be with after setting boundaries?
It happens.
I would also be interested it takes people time to adjust after setting boundaries.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to know a little bit more details. What was the boundary setting? How much did it disrupt their life? Why do you think they're struggling so much with that disruption and that boundary setting? And then I think you have to ask yourself, is like, sometimes we truly outgrow people.
Yeah.
And that's really hard. So what happens if that is true in my partnership? What if really it's not the right person or the right match?
I also think there's, just as a society, we have a level of like impatience with people, especially if if you have been doing so much work for so long to be able to integrate, understand, and set these boundaries, right? Like whether you're in therapy, whether you're listening to this podcast, whatever you're doing to learn how to set these boundaries, it may have taken you a lot of time to like really figure this out and to do it. And once we get to that point, we've done so much work. We're like, okay, adjust to this. You know, we almost have an impatience with the other person because for you, it's been such an internal journey for so long that we expect once we get to this point that our partner's going to adjust or they're going to respond to it immediately or it's immediately going to change them. And sometimes it just takes time.
Yeah.
So I believe that both things can be true, that sometimes you do outgrow people and sometimes it isn't the right fit. And sometimes it might just take your partner or anyone in your life some time to catch up. When the equilibrium is off balance, it calls for there to be some sort of change in the other person. And as you know, if you've done this work, change takes time.
Yeah.
So it's going to take time for your partner to make that change in your relationship too.
How do I navigate the guilt that comes with setting boundaries, especially when people make... I don't know what the rest of that sentence was. I'm guessing when people make...
Especially when people make...
When people make poopy.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know if that was the... I think that was, yeah, definitely the last word.
I'm sure when people make, a big deal or something, let's pretend it's that, right?
Yeah.
Guilt's a natural reaction, right? Like when we've been boundaryless... one of the reasons we are boundaryless is because we have so much discomfort with setting boundaries. So then you change that, you're going to probably feel fucking guilty. Like even if it's the right thing to do, even if you feel really sure about it, sometimes we take guilt as this like information that something we did was wrong.
Yeah.
But that's really not accurate all the time. I mean, if I like steal a diamond watch and I feel guilty, like I like might be wrong. But like
very specific. I just, is there something you want to talk about?
Could you imagine how bad a thief I would be?
Yeah, right. If you just like gave it up.
I would giggle so hard.
Be like, hee.
Then I would tell everyone.
Right.
I'd be like, look at this thing I stole. Like, I'm useless.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
I am not a good crime committer.
Right.
It's not for me. But I'm saying natural reaction. But like, so guilt makes sense. And it's not some indicator that something's wrong.
Right. And also guilt, once again, is a natural reaction. And it's a easy emotion that gets triggered when you're someone who has been taught to prioritize other people over your own needs. So if you're someone who's been in this pattern of prioritizing other people, then it makes sense that guilt's going to come up.
Yeah.
But as we keep saying, just because you feel guilty doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. And we couple the two in a lot of ways, right? If I stole a diamond watch and I feel guilty, like that must mean I did something wrong. And like, yes, you did. So like deciphering between the two, that like just because the emotion comes up doesn't mean...
I have to tell you something.
I'm ready. I'm scared.
I feel like if I stole a diamond watch and I did not get caught and it did not affect anyone... Right? Like I stole it from like,
Yeah, from where?
I don't know, someone who like was okay with losing a diamond watch because they had lots of diamond watches and so it's not a big deal.
Are you still thinking about this because this happened? Did this happen and why haven't I seen it?
You know what I think this is coming up from? For some reason I couldn't sleep last night from 2 to 4 a.m. And you know what I decided to watch during that time?
What?
The Wolf of Wall Street. Why? Who knows?
Great movie. I love The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, it is a really great fucking movie.
Yeah.
And the way they film it is great, and the storyline's great, and it's a great film. And there's a scene where he like throws a $40,000 watch into the crowd, and for some reason I think that's on my mind.
Interesting.
But like it's this thing, yeah, like would I really feel guilty if I like stole from like really rich person? I don't know if I would.
Okay.
Like if it was like Elon Musk, I'd be like, oh fuck you.
Right.
Like I would delight in that.
Right. So context matters. That's what I'll say to that. Okay.
This has no point.
No point.
Okay,
but we'll keep going.
I just want everyone to know.
Just in case it happens.
Where my moral line
Where moral
lays.
compass is.
Can steal from Elon Musk.
How's this? Okay. How's this?
How is it?
I'm not sure. Okay. How do I stop second guessing my boundaries when people push back or give me the silent treatment?
Ooh. I don't know if you can stop that at the beginning.
No,
You're going to second guess them.
Yeah, you're going to second guess it. And also, stonewalling or getting the silent treatment is manipulative in some way. It's a way for
pushing back on boundaries and not respecting boundaries, I would say in general, is manipulative, right? And unfair.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a difference between, right, silent treatment or something like having a manipulative reaction and then having just like an immediate reaction to like, this is just different in our relationship, right?
Yeah.
You know, so like holding
but people, okay, but people are, could we be taking, I'm not saying for this specific person, I'm just saying, but could there be times where someone's taking time to process that we take it as silent treatment?
Yes, absolutely.
Like as someone who is a very fast processor, who's in a relationship with you, a very slow processor.
Yes.
I sometimes, not now, but years ago would be like, oh, Jen's not talking to me. But it's like, you also take time to do stuff.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm bad at texting back.
No, you're not.
Sometimes. Well, also, you know how the circles are when you're on your phone and you like pin people at the top?
Yeah, I get notifications from them less, don't you think?
Well, I like forget to look at them. If I looked at them like on my watch or something, I'll like forget to look at them. And so there's all of my people who I talk to the most, I like forget to text them back.
I have no problem triple texting though, you know me.
Yeah, it's which I really appreciate.
You haven't answered me. I'm just be like, you didn't answer this.
As you should. As you should.
Okay, we have to do Jen and Em.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
God.
I meow. Did you like that?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
All right. You want me to take it?
No, I want to do it.
You got it. I got you.
Dear Em and Jen, I've been working so hard on setting boundaries and advocating for my needs, something I never used to do. I'm actually really proud of myself for finally speaking up, but ever since I started, my relationship with my best friend since elementary school has shifted in a way that feels off. She is reacting with distance, coldness, and passive-aggressive comments. I knew things might change, but I didn't expect it to feel this icky. How do I stay firm in my boundaries without letting that guilt and discomfort pull me back into old patterns? Thank you for all that you do.
My first thought about this
was... Are you going to give the tough love now or later?
Later.
Okay.
Well, no, I think here's my first thought about it is that like you guys should talk about it.
Yeah.
Like you've been best friends since first grade?
Elementary school.
Elementary school. So here's what I'll say. Communicating about this is really important because right now, like you're not really talking about what's...
Yeah. How do you feel about these changes I've made?
Yeah. Because it seems like you're more distant and
they
like
affect you too.
Right. And I just want to figure out what's going on in our relationship. Like I don't want this distance. And in order to preserve our relationship, like I need to set these boundaries.
If I'm in a relationship with someone for 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't know how old this person is.
Right.
Right. But I've been in a relationship with someone for 30 years and it changes. I'm going to have a reaction. It may not be the world's best reaction. I can make mistakes, right? Mm-hmm. Like this person, could be totally freaked out. And also maybe the person you're changing into isn't someone they're loving as much either.
Yeah.
Could you be outgrowing each other?
Yeah. And that happens.
It does.
You outgrow people. You outgrow friendships. Like who you were in first grade since elementary school. Can't imagine you're that same exact person.
Probably not.
I would hope. So like, but people don't talk about the natural change that happens in your friendships. They talk about the natural change that happens in your romantic relationships. They talk about natural change that happens in your family.
Well, so the question they're asking is, how do I stay firm in my boundaries without letting the guilt and discomfort pull me back into old patterns? I think by talking about it.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to, having a conversation doesn't mean I go back in anything or I change anything, but it means I look at my friend, my dear, dear friend in relationship with compassionate curiosity.
Yeah.
Instead of being upset with her or pissed off that she's not, you know what I mean? Like having some reaction back to her reaction. What if you truly tried to understand her and be really curious about what this is like for her too? You just said this is good for you. Is it for her?
Yeah. And I think a big question too is like, what meaning is she making of your boundary, right? How is she interpreting? Like there's a lot that's not being said. And I think that that's really important is if you've had like the way that your relationship adjusts is you talk through the boundary, right? I'm setting this boundary because, like I need a little more time to myself, whatever it is. Whereas she might be seeing it as a rejection, as it's personal to her in some way. How is she interpreting the boundaries? So, like, that's where a lot of communication might be getting lost, and why it's important to talk through it.
Yeah.
So that there's no miscommunication. And it might take some time, right? Like, as we're saying, setting boundaries, it pushes a relationship to adjust, and it adjusts over time. But the only way for it to adjust is if you really communicate through what's happening underneath all of this.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Shrink Chicks.
We'll see you back here next week for another session.
In the meantime, if you want a question answered or a topic discussed, follow us on Instagram at ShrinkChicks. And if you're looking to get connected with a therapist like us to start or continue your therapeutic journey, visit thetherapygroup.com. Just fill out a contact form on our website, and we will personally match you with one of our amazing therapists. And for all of our therapists and group practice owners out there, we also offer group practice consulting.
And if you're looking to support yourself further and support our show, check out our amazing merch options at shrinkchicks.com/merch and our Know Yourself, Grow Yourself journal on Amazon. Also, if you'd be so kind, we'd love a rating, review, and for you to share with a friend or an enemy or a mother-in-law, honestly, whoever needs it, so that we can keep reaching more people on our mission to bring mental health topics to your ears every week.
Thanks for being here with us. And don't forget to grow yourself. You got to know yourself.